Imagine getting a phone call from your mother telling you that she's on her way and she's driving across town. You find out later with a gun because she believes you and your stepdad are engaging in adult activities together. And the craziest part of this is that this rumor was started by her little sister, the one child that her mother and her stepfather have in common. All right, guys, let's get into it.
I do not talk to my biological mom because she plotted for months to off me because she thought I was sleeping with her baby dad. Let's get into the details. So, some background information that you guys need to know is my parents split up when I was very young. My dad was remarried and having my little sister right before my fourth birthday, which was in 2002. My first memory literally is my stepmom walking to the house big as day pregnant with my little sister, and that is literally where my brain starts my life. So I don't remember life without my mom. And again, I call my stepmom mom. I call my biological mother my biological mother. My parents divorced when I was super young. These are the details that you guys are going to need for everything to make sense, right? My parents, when they were married, they had me and my brother. My mom has 4 children, which is my oldest sister, my brother, me, and then my baby sister on my biological mom's side. My dad has 5 children, which is my big brother, me, my 2 little sisters, my baby brother, right? 4 on this side with the bio mom, 5 on this side with my dad, but 2 of these people are the same people from that marriage. Keep that in mind. When my parents got divorced and my dad had my little sister, my bio mom immediately got pregnant by my stepdad and had her last child. Okay? Stepdad, I have known him all my life. I don't know life without him or whatever, so he's always been in my life just like my mom has always been in my life, and we go from there. The thing is, my stepdad was in jail majority of the time that I was growing up. So like I remember her taking us all the way to the jailhouse to go and see him. Between me and my brother is a mama's boy and I am a daddy's girl. Regardless of whatever was going on in my life, I only remember always wanting to be with my dad, around my dad, versus him always wanting to be around my mom, loves my mom down. She could do nothing wrong. Like she could do nothing wrong. Keep these details in mind. I tried to start talking to my mom my senior year, and that is a whole different story. If you guys want that, I will also trauma dump that as well. But senior year, I was like, you know what, like that's it. Like I'm over it. I'm off it, right? But my brother is very adamant about family. You know, that's our mom. We only got one mother. The whole shebang. You know what they try to do, and he doesn't really like realize the situations that I'm in because it's always painted out like I did something or I'm lying or I'm provoking or I'm doing something to warrant me getting the backlash that I was getting. So I'm going to take you to August of 2021. August of 2021, I was working at a car dealership, making the most money that I had ever made at that time, and I'm just living my best life, right? I go out of town to a getaway cabin. We are planning like me and my coworkers, we're gonna go swimming at our manager's house. It was a whole shebang, right? I'm staying in a getaway house with another girl, okay? I randomly get a text message from my mom, and she's like, I'm coming for you and the rest. Let me see if I can put it on a green screen. I'm not too privy to how this works, but I get this text message up there saying, I'm coming for you and the rest. And I'm like, what? Like, are you okay? And she was like, you tried the wrong one, and so did he. Mind you, I went out of town, but it was like a 2-day out of town thing because we're going to a pool party. I'm with my coworkers. It's a fun thing. My brother also had gone out of town. So I'm thinking like, oh, like she's mad at us because we didn't tell her we were going out of town. Like, what's going on? So I'm texting, I'm like, what are you talking about? And then she's like, stay there, I'm coming. I'm like, I'm not even in town. I'm not even in, you don't even know where I'm at. I'm not even in town. And I'm like, what is going on? She's like, I know exactly where both of you are. I'm coming. I'm like, what are you talking about? Like, so like, I just replied with this. You're about to ruin my trip. I have no idea. Can you stop? And then she's like, oh, I'm about to do more than ruin your trip. And I was like, I don't know what has you in your feelings. And you guys can read all of this, right? And right here, she's like, you think a bitch, like, really, she was trying to say, you think, bitch, I'll show you better. You don't have to reply. I'll be en route. Like, I'm en route. Bitch, let Joseph know. 2, like, mind you, Joseph is my brother's middle name. So I'm like, oh, she's mad at me and my brother. I call my brother. I'm like, hey, like, why is mom mad at us? And then it dawned on me that Joseph is also my stepdad's name. And thus, I start spiraling. She called me a nasty slut. I can't make this up. This is what my mom sent to my phone. Being called a nasty slut by your mama is insane, but she said worse. She has said worse. So I'm like, what is going on? I'm on the phone with my brother, like, why is she so mad? Why is she so mad? He's like, I just talked to her. Like, she's not mad at me. Like, what's going on? Let me call her. So he calls her. Hang up the phone. He calls her. I don't know what their conversation was about. He told me what they said. And I'm sitting there thinking, like, why is she mad at us? And when it dawned on me that she was talking about my stepdad, I was like, there's no way that this lady think I'm with my stepdad. Boom. My brother calls me back. He goes, he just sighs. He's like, Ida, just FaceTime me. Boom. FaceTime him. He's like, please do not tell me. I said, what are you talking about? Please don't tell me that she thinks that I'm with my stepdad. And he's like, oh my God. And I'm like, brother, look at where I'm at. I show him the room. I show him what I'm with, who I'm with. We're literally painting houses in this moment, like painting houses. And she's like blowing down my phone, talking like crazy. And I'm like, I'm in the middle of the woods. You have my location. She has an Android, so she doesn't have my location. She doesn't know where I'm at. I'm literally in the woods. I'm like, bro, there's no way. There's no way. And he tells me that when they were on the phone that she was going off. She was like, yeah, you know, she with Joseph. She with Joe. She with Joe. And he's like, what? And my older sister, her firstborn child, is in the car sitting shotgun with my mama to come and like do something to me. And my brother's like, why would you even think that? And she's like, I've been trying to tell you for months. That, you know, I needed to talk to you. But you ain't want to hear me. You ain't want to listen. Da, 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 da. She with Joe and I'm going to go handle. Da, 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 like going off, right? And my brother asked my older sister and was like, why would you even let mom go do something like that? Why would you let her go do something like that? And my older sister's response was, well, something is a little off because anytime he came to Houston, he stayed at her house. Let me explain this to you. He was in jail for like 15 plus years, right? When I left and I moved back to Houston, I only lived in affluent neighborhoods close to my dad, Katy, Upper Cypress, only lived in affluent places. You lived on Guth Bank in a 1-bedroom apartment. Why would he be staying over there when he knows that he can't even be in that area? He told his people, his PO people, don't know what the words mean. He told them, this is where I'm going to be staying. She called, she asked, hey, is he going to be staying there? Da, 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 da. I said, yes. Boom. The first time he ever came home and he stayed at my apartment, I stayed at my boyfriend's house with his family. He stayed at my apartment by himself. I left him a key under the bath. That's it. The second time, I was living downtown in a 4-story house. The video's up on YouTube somewhere of the house, right? I've never been alone with this man. Oh, well, he stayed at her house, so something got to be going on. Is there something in the air? Is she Bluetoothing stupidity? Like, I couldn't understand it. So my brother hangs up with her, calls me back. He asks to see the room, whatever. According to my biological mom, her youngest daughter said that I was sleeping with her dad. The lie was so crazy that it was insane. She said that, I had seen that he sent Ida money on Cash App talking about I love you, baby. I didn't use Cash App at the time. I only started using Cash App when I started going to the clubs. At that time, I could show my brother all of my transactions on Cash App in one screenshot back to 2018. This is 2021. He's like, yeah, just send me a screenshot of your Cash App. I sent him a screenshot of my Cash App. My phone number's been the same, and Cash App is attached to your phone number. You see all of it. You can't delete a transaction on Cash App. The man never sent me money. I never asked him for money. We literally, it was just so chaotic. I was just like, I've never given anyone reason to think that I was with this man. Lo and behold, my brother's like, I don't know what's wrong with this lady. And it dawned on me that she's getting upset that my stepdad got out of jail and she saw him. She wanted to pick up where they left off, whatever. Mind you, she left him when he was in jail. And boom, go from there to he doesn't want to be with you because he's like seen the way that you behave, seen how you turned out. And as much as he loves you, he doesn't want to be with you and he's moving on. That upset her so much that like she's like mad. Not you think that I'm sleeping with him. The dude got a whole girlfriend. He has a whole girlfriend. At this point, me and my brother are just dumbfounded, right? So at this point, my brother is like, May, I'm so sorry. And I'm like, sorry for what? He's like, she had been calling me and asking me for my second for like a few months. And I told her that I was going out of town for this training. And she just kept asking me to leave with her. And you know, she was going through some stuff, or like she had some situations to handle, like she really needed it, da 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 da. My brother thus starts crying. I said, you mean to tell me that she was asking you to give her the tools to come in? Me? My brother starts crying, and
This is where the story stops being family drama and has become dangerous. Because once somebody becomes convinced that a lie is true, logic usually isn't what changes their mind. And right now, nobody knows what she's really willing to do.
I literally tell him, this is what I've been trying to tell you for years. The lady doesn't like me. I don't know what I did to her. I'm not even nowhere close to being with this man. Nowhere close to being with this man. And it takes her asking you for the tools to me that you're finally seeing it. You have a distorted view of this lady. Me and you, we might have been around each other, had the same mom, had the same dad, but I'm telling you, your experience with her and my experience with her, two totally different things, right? So now in my head, I'm sitting there right before a pool party and I'm like bawling my eyes out. I'm bawling my eyes out in front of a coworker, and it's like, I could do nothing and she will still find some reason to hate me or still find some reason to come at me. Come to find out, she went around to her entire side of the family and was telling them, oh yeah, she's sleeping with Joe. She's sleeping with him. My cousin ended up telling me, oh yeah, she said that. And I had told her, Annie, don't nobody want to hear that. But you're one person. She told my aunts, uncles, anybody that would listen to her about that story, she told them, right? So now it's like, okay, my bio mom thinks that I'm sleeping with her baby daddy because it's not her husband. My older sister is co-signing it. Her youngest child is the reason that it started. So the three of them, I was like, yeah, nah, y'all are fried turkey. Can't do it, can't, right? And I just left it at that. Like, I'm over it. It's done. I don't want to deal with it no more. Whatever, right? Again, I was working at the car dealership. I had already got a new car. She doesn't know what my car looks like. So I feel like I'm in a cool, right? At that time, my mom lived straight down the street from my apartment in Katy. Straight down the street. I think that it probably would have only taken her like 8 minutes to get to my apartment. So I just told my brother, you know what? I'm done. I'm done. There's no coming back from it. I don't care. You went around telling these people I'm a nasty slut. You're saying this, you're saying that. And I didn't even do nothing to you. And I sat there asking God, like, why is she acting like this towards me? What did I do? What did I do? What did I do? And it finally, like, the blindfolds come off my brother's eyes and says, like, she's just envious and jealous of you. You know that you guys look just alike, and she sees so much of what she could have been in you that, like, the only way, his exact words were, you know that he doesn't want to be with her, and the only thing that makes sense in her mind is that he wouldn't want to be with her and he would be with you because you're the younger version of her, a better version of her, a more successful version of her. And that's why it makes sense to her. It doesn't make sense in reality. It doesn't make sense in reality. So I cried the rest of the day. I ended up going to the pool party and getting drunk. I just had to get it off, right? So I returned back to town that Monday after work. So I'm there. I'm like, not really thinking too much about it, but like I'm thinking about it, and I drive home. Why, when I get home, my mom's sitting at my apartments, like literally sitting, the car's there, and she's walking around smoking a cigarette. I pull up, I said, is that my mama? Is that mama? Oh, no. So I didn't even go home that day, right? I called my boyfriend and said, hey, look, this is what's going on. The lady's outside the apartment and he's not really taking it serious. He's like, yeah, okay. I said, no, go look downstairs. The lady is outside the apartment. I don't know what she has. I don't know what she has going on. But come to find out, she had been planning this for months, right? And the only reason she knew I was out of town was because I had my friend watch my dog for the 2 days. And when she was on the phone with my friend was like, oh yeah, like I'm walking the dog. She's like, why are you walking her dog? She's like, oh, because she's out of town. And she assumed me being out of town meant that I was going to go be with him. Hung up on my friend, started blasting off on my phone. Sometime during that week, my stepdad calls my phone. He's like, hey, May, I'm so sorry. I don't know what's going on with her. I don't know why she's acting like this. I don't know why she's tripping out like this. I don't know where she got that from. I'm so sorry. And I'm in Michael's crying on the phone. I'm like, I didn't do nothing to this lady. I didn't do nothing to this lady. Me and you have no relationship, and you know that, and she knows that, and there's no way. And when I told him that his daughter said that she's the person that told my mom that, and my mom just believed it, he was like, I don't know what is going on with these people. Like, I don't know. And he starts crying on the phone. I'm crying. He's crying. We're all in Michael's crying on the phone. And he's like, if you don't want to talk to me, if you don't want to have no relationship with me, if you want to keep your distance from me because of this, I totally understand. I won't, anytime I come back to Houston, I won't reach out to stay at the house. Like, thank you for even like opening up your space and being there to help me do so, but we're just gonna cut it where it's at, right? And it broke him because when he did come back from jail, he was saying, like, I sent you a birthday card every year. I said, I don't even recall getting a birthday card since like 6th or 7th grade. At this point, I'm 23. And he's like, no, like, I wrote you every year until I got out. And then when I did get out and I was reaching out to people, I was reaching out to try to find y'all's information so that I could get in contact with you guys. Mind you, my mother was the person that cut that off, right? And she just keeps being adamant about them being together, and he's adamant about not wanting to be with her for his own reasons. Has nothing to do with me. And so she tripped. She tweaked out. Hands up, don't shoot. The main thing that really like scared me with this story was she lives down the street from me. She had been plotting on this for months. Months. You mean to tell me that you were going to ask my brother for the tool to off his only sister with the same mother, same father? Lock her up! And I know you guys are going to ask, like, well, what did your dad say, right? Stepdad, dad. I told my dad about the story, and he started laughing. He's like, no way. I said, no, daddy, like, she really, really, really thinks that. He goes, this is exactly why I had to get away from her. And I'm like, dude, like, this woman wants to off me. The lady wants to off me, Dad. He's like, oh, well, you can either go to the cops or you can stay at the house because, you know, she can't get into the neighborhood, but just leave her be, leave her where she's at. A lot of people don't understand. Like, when I told them the story, like, oh, she wasn't gonna do that. The lady was sitting outside of my house. Prior to this whole situation, she could have knocked on my door and offed me and I wouldn't have known. When it dawned on me that, like, at this point, you hate me so much that you're willing to off me behind a man that doesn't want you, yeah, there's no reason for me to talk to you. There's no reason for me to even try to force or get you to take accountability or try to make a relationship when there is none. As far as my sisters that she's had on her side, I don't deal with them either. And any chance those sisters get to talk crap about me, talk down on me, say that I'm this, say that I'm that, say that I feel like I'm better, say this, that, and a third, they take it. So y'all stay over there, stay over here, and I just go about my life. I know that it's not good to harbor unforgiveness. I've prayed about it. And I never, ever, ever prayed and said, God, change her. I said, reveal yourself to her, Lord, and soften my heart. Soften my heart. Because I know that we do not fight against flesh and blood, but against demons and principalities. And the demons that she's battling, I can't fight them. All I can do is pray that you reveal yourself to her and you deal with your child how you deal with your child. And for me, because I know it is wrong to harbor unforgiveness, soften my heart. And until he softens my heart, I prayed the prayer. I prayed the prayer. And until he softens my heart, I'm going to stay where I'm at. And I'm going to stay on this end.
Well, thankfully, the young lady is here today to tell her story herself, and it's not being told on Dateline or the next 48. But seriously, this is a reminder that rumors, jealousy, and unresolved family issues can escalate far beyond what anyone expects. I mean, who would expect a grown woman, if she were sane, in parentheses, to take the word of a little girl that her daddy and her older sister are together because she saw a Cash App, which she actually didn't even see because the girl said she didn't even have Cash App at that time. Anywho, it's clear mom was not playing with a full deck. But anyway, let me know what y'all think in the comments. Would you have stayed and tried to explain yourself? Or would you have just left immediately after hearing she was on her way coming towards you with a gun, and just explained yourself later? Because clearly the heifer has lost her mind. What would you do? Talk to y'all later in the comments.